What's up? This is Toycar Foushboy coming to you with a little lighting project. I had a problem with the Finex 24/7 that I have up here. Of course, that's not it right now that's on. That's these little puck lights I have. But it just died the other day. I haven't really gone into it to figure out what's going on. I just knew that I needed a quick replacement light. So I grabbed these little puck lights I had, just little extras from my under cabinet lighting in the main tank. And as you can tell, they're not really that bright. So what I decided was I needed to figure out something quick, cheap, and easy. And this is something that'll help out everybody. And you can see from a little distance that light is not really all that great. It's dim. There's not really much to it. This tank has another set of lights on it that are also puck lights, but as you can tell, they're a lot brighter, and there's 3 of them. So I was figuring on doing some kind of fluorescent display, and I got tired of the fact that you have ballasts in fluorescent displays, and I just didn't want to use them anymore. I'm kind of done with them. They're really high voltage. They have a warm-up time. They're a lot of power burning. I mean, you got 2 fluorescents over a tank to light it up. It's at least 32 watts a piece. That's 64 watts running at least 6 hours a day, maybe more depending on your timer setup. Mine are usually kind of staggered. So I went into Home Depot and started looking around at some of the LED fluorescent replacements. And this is the one that I picked up by a company called Toggled. I picked up the 5000, which you can tell by the blue banner on here, and it says 5K right there, which is more similar to daylight. They have a 4000 also. Price on this is like $14.98, so 15 bucks. This is the tube you get, and basically it comes with these little connectors that are non-shunted, which means you don't have to use them for certain types of fluorescent light bulbs. This is a type of LED replacement for fluorescent that does not need a ballast. It is basically a straight wire job right to your 110 volt socket. Now, for those of you overseas, I'm sure there's probably something similar to this for your 220, but here in America we use 110, and basically all I did, and like I said, this is a simple, keeping it as cheap as I can kind of deal. I have a plug that was off of, I don't even know what the hell it was off of. It was off of something. But just simple plug goes in the wall. You figure out your positive and negative, where you're hot and you're neutral, and you just wire it in. I believe it was, yeah, as you're looking at the back side of one of the ballasts, and it does tell you on the bulb, let's see if I can get a look here. See right there, it says 120 VAC, which means this is the side your voltage goes in. This is the side that you wire. Now, on both of these non-shunted tombstones, is what they're called in the electrical industry, it doesn't really matter which one you use. It just matters which side you get it onto. So the side that says toggled with 120 VAC on it, that's the side you want to put it on. Now then, wire it in, the hot side goes in this, and if you're just doing like what I did and just stripping a wire, your wire will almost always have a ridge. I doubt I can really get it on this, but the side of the wire that is ridged is known as your polarized side, which is basically the neutral. If you look at your plug, most of your plugs will have a larger side. That's the polarized side. That's basically your side that is not your hot wire. That is your neutral, or your positive, if you want to call it that. But that's the side that is going to go to the left side as you're looking at the back side of the connector. Your hot side, making sure I'm right here, yeah. Your hot side will go to the right side. Now, there are 2 different wire placements inside. The instructions that come in the box will show you where to do it, how to do it. Each one of these tombstones does have 2 wiring connections here and 2 wiring connections here. Those are for jumper wires going from one side to the other. Don't put both your wires on one side or the other. Just put the neutral in this side, the hot in this side, and they're done. I mean, it's really that freaking simple. I wrapped electrical tape around it just to help prevent any kind of short circuit or me put my finger in the wrong place at the wrong time. I have a simple little rheostat, which is basically a dimmer. These are dimmable, which is another thing that makes it pretty sweet. There are not too many fluorescents out there that you can dim. None that really come to my mind. There aren't too many LED replacement for fluorescents that you can dim, except this one. I looked. I mean, there you go. It can be dimmed quite a good bit and then brought all the way up to full power. So I'm going to go ahead and stop for a second, put this on top of the tank, and then come back and let you see how it looks. Okay, so there you go. Got it on top. There are no other lights on. I turned off the puck lights. Actually, I just unplugged the whole thing. But as you can see, they ain't doing anything. The Phoenix is not doing anything. You can't even see the bottom of it. There we go. This is just that one fluorescent replacement tube. And I mean, it's not super bright light, but it does give you an even light across the entire aquarium. I wasn't looking for something to grow plants with this one, although I'm sure if you wanted to, you probably could with multiples of them. I wouldn't really recommend it for growing plants. I don't really think that's the design of it. But it's a good, clean light. The fish aren't really bugged by it or freaked out. As you can see, they're starting to swim back around after I changed the lighting on them. I mean, it's not something that's going to be a drastic improvement over a fixture that's made for a fish tank. But again, this is 15 bucks. And it's just wired right into the end. I'm sure you could wire this into a timer if you wanted to, and just have it come on at certain times during the day. It's pretty much nearly instant startup. I'd say maybe a half a second to a second to actually get up to full power, but it's not something you're going to be noticing. Again, it's dimmable, so if you put a dimmer switch in between, then you could dim it down lower than what it is now. Which, I mean, I have a dimmer on it, so if I want to drop the light down, something a little more somber, it's real easy to do. So, again, this is a toggled LED replacement. This is your box. You can, of course, also put it into a T8 or T12 fixture, as it says right there. Here's the biggest thing. 16 watts, 1700 lumens. It's going to last for 50,000 hours. It's probably going to last longer than these fish will. I don't want to sound morose. I'm sorry, that sounds so bad. But I mean, it's a great little light. It's easy. It's simple to wiring. If you have an old lamp around the house that's not working, or any type of electrical appliance, I would recommend using a polarized plug for this. Simply because that guarantees you're not going to wire it differently and then screw it up. I mean, look, that's really, really dimmed down. I mean, that's like an evening night. And then we just slowly increase it. It kind of bursts a little bit, bringing it back up from the sudden power increase. I don't know the lifespan if you run it dimmer. I wouldn't really run it dim all the time because I'm sure that will decrease the constant current activity to the LEDs, which is what makes them fail. But I mean, 15 bucks, y'all. Looking for a cheap, easy light fixture? I mean, there you go. It lights up that aquarium pretty damn good. So this Toycar Foushboy, hope everybody likes it. Check it out. Got any questions, comments? Hit me up, let me know. Peace.